The rusty Anchor Cafe's patio in Harborview District glowed under midday sun, its iron tables shaded by string lights that danced in the breeze. Keanu Reeves, the star of John Wick, sat with Max, a pit bull whose loyal eyes mirrored his own quiet strength. Max lounged on a chair, tail thumping as Keanu flipped through his script, the aroma of coffee and steak a brief escape from the film set's chaos. Then a shadow fell. Caleb Razor Holt, a hulking biker with a tiger claw insignia on his vest, strutted past, his sneer slicing the calm. "Filthy mutt," he growled, loud enough to sting. Before Keanu could react, Caleb's boot lashed out, striking Max's side. The dog yelped, a pained whimper that shattered the patio's peace, his barks drawing every gaze. Keanu sprang up, chair scraping, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" He stepped between Max and Caleb, eyes blazing. Caleb spat on the ground, smirking. "Control your beast or I will." Who was this biker? And why had his cruelty ignited a confrontation that would shake Harborview to its core? This is a tale of loyalty, justice, and the bond between a man and his dog. Share where you're listening from, and if you crave stories of courage, subscribe for more. Keanu's body tensed, his John Wick poise giving way to raw protectiveness. Max's bark softened to whimpers, his trust in Keanu unwavering despite the pain. The patio crowd froze, their whispers a tense undercurrent. Caleb, his leather vest creaking, stepped closer, his voice dripping venom. "Coward dog. Coward." "Owner?" Keanu's hand shot out, seizing Caleb's vest, the fabric twisting under his grip. Gasps rippled through onlookers, and Sophie, the waitress, halted, her tray trembling. Keanu's mind flashed, years of dodging fame's pressures, channeling John Wick's resolve, yet this rage was real, visceral. He released Caleb, stepping back, breath steadying. "Max only reacts to threats," he said, voice firm. "You provoked him." Caleb dusted his vest, grinning mockingly. "You'll pay for this, both of you." He strode off, boots thumping, leaving a chill. Keanu knelt by Max, checking for injury, relief flooding as the dog licked his hand. What began as a quiet walk was spiraling into darkness, and Keanu sensed trouble looming. To understand, we go back to the morning's John Wick set, where Keanu and Max's journey began. Hours earlier, Harborview District's waterfront buzzed with the chaos of the John Wick film set. The latest installment, a gritty saga of vengeance, had drawn Keanu for its raw intensity. Cameras loomed on cranes, cables snaked across asphalt, and the scent of hot pavement mixed with street food. "That's a wrap for this scene," Director Ava Ruiz shouted. "1 hour lunch break back here for the next shoot." The crew exhaled, chatter turning to lunch plans. "Keanu, deli on Pier Street," a grip called. Keanu, in his character's leather jacket, smiled but waved them off, eyes on Max, the pit bull playing John Wick's loyal companion. Max panted heavily, the heat taxing his dark coat. "I'll take Max for a walk," Keanu said, noting the dog's discomfort. The dog handler, Leo, hesitated. "I can handle him, Mr. Reeves." Keanu's expression softened. "I'd like to, Leo. It'll help us bond for the scenes." Leo nodded, handing over a leash, wastebags, and a collapsible water bowl. Keanu set off with Max, leaving the set's chaos for Harborview's unpredictable streets, unaware of the storm awaiting. Harborview District pulsed with contrasts. Trendy cafes clashed with gritty bars, their facades hiding tensions. Keanu led Max through sun-baked streets, the pavement shimmering. Max's panting intensified, his need for water urgent. Keanu scanned for a fountain, his actor's instincts noting the neighborhood's edge. A weathered sign caught his eye. Steel Haven, a biker bar flanked by gleaming motorcycles. The rumble of engines filled the air, an aura of defiance radiating from the bar. Keanu's grip on Max's leash tightened, sensing trouble. Near the entrance, a public fountain glinted between bikes. Relief washed over him. He filled the collapsible bowl, Max lapping eagerly. A burly biker, tattoos snaking up his arms, paused, smiling. "Nice pit bull. Loyal as hell, huh?" Keanu nodded. "More than most people." The biker chuckled, but Keanu felt eyes watching. Steel Haven was no safe haven, and Max's presence drew attention. As Max drank, Keanu observed Steel Haven's patrons. Leather-clad bikers swaggered in, some with cocky grins, others scanning, warily. A waitress, Tara, emerged, her apron stained but her smile warm. "What a handsome boy," she said, kneeling to pet Max. He licked her hand, tail wagging. "Kinder than half the guys in there," she whispered, chuckling. Keanu smiled, but his ears caught raised voices. Tara stood arguing with a group of bikers, her voice firm. "You're banned after last time." The leader, a hulking man, loomed. "Move, or we move you." Keanu hesitated, torn between helping and protecting Max. Other bikers intervened, forming a protective barrier. Sensing violence, Keanu led Max away, his promise to Leo echoing, "Keep Max safe." The bar's tension lingered, a warning of Harborview's darker currents. Keanu's walk with Max stirred memories. Raised in Toronto, he'd learned resilience early, navigating acting's highs and lows. John Wick had become his outlet, its themes of loyalty and justice mirroring his own values. Max, with his soulful eyes, reminded Keanu of dogs from his childhood, companions who'd taught him trust. As they passed Harborview's murals, Keanu reflected on fame's weight. Paparazzi, fan expectations, yet here, with Max, he was just a man. He knelt, scratching Max's ears. "You get it, don't you? No pretense." Max's tail wagged, a bond forming. Keanu's phone buzzed, producer Lena Walsh checking in. "Just walking, Max," he texted, savoring the simplicity. But Harborview's grit, like John Wick's underworld, hinted at challenges ahead, and Keanu's instincts sharpened. Keanu and Max reached the rusty anchor, its shaded patio a refuge. String lights twinkled, a chalkboard touting specials. Keanu chose a table, unclipping Max's leash. "Up, boy," he said, patting a chair. Max hopped up, settling with grace, drawing smiles from patrons. Sophie, the waitress, approached, her warmth genuine. "What a handsome fellow," she said, petting Max. "Okay, if he's up here," Keanu asked. Sophie waved it off. "He's perfect. What can I get you?" Keanu ordered coffee, a steak sandwich, and an unsalted steak for Max. As Sophie left, Keanu spread his John Wick script, alternating between lines and petting Max. The dog's calm presence grounded him, a contrast to the set's frenzy. But Harborview's undercurrent, glimpsed at Steel Haven, lingered in his mind. As Keanu sipped coffee, a commotion broke the calm. Caleb Razor Holt passed their table, his biker vest emblazoned with a tiger claw. "Filthy animals," he muttered, glaring at Max. Before Keanu could respond, Caleb's boot struck Max, the dog yelping in pain. Keanu surged up, confronting Caleb as described in Start. After Caleb's threat, "You'll pay," and departure, Sophie rushed over, horrified. "I'm so sorry. Those bikers harass everyone." Keanu nodded, calming Max. "We're okay." He fed Max the steak, the dog's appetite reassuring. But Caleb's insignia, matching Steel Haven's troublemakers, gnawed at Keanu. He glanced at his watch, time to return to the set. "One quick stop," he told Max, heading to the restroom, leaving Max with Sophie. The day's peace was shattered, and Keanu sensed a storm brewing. Keanu returned from the restroom to a nightmare. Max, alone at the table, was choking, his body heaving, eyes unfocused. Keanu rushed to him, panic rising. "Water!" he shouted. Lila, a younger waitress, brought a bottle. Keanu administered it, holding Max's jaw, but the dog collapsed, whimpering. Sophie returned, flustered. "The kitchen needed me. I asked Lila to watch him." Lila stammered. "A man fed him a sausage. He seemed friendly. Tiger claw vest. Mohawk." Keanu's blood ran cold. Caleb's crew. "Vet nearby?" he asked. Sophie pointed. 3 blocks, left at the intersection. Keanu scooped Max into his arms, the dog's weight heavy, but his resolve heavier. With a nod to the waitresses, he sprinted toward the clinic, praying he wasn't too late, the poison's intent clear. Keanu burst into Harborview Veterinary Clinic, Max limp in his arms. "Help! He's been poisoned!" Dr. Elena Grant took charge, leading them to an exam room. On the table, she directed. Keanu laid Max down, recounting the cafe incident. Caleb's kick, the sausage. Dr. Grant's examination was swift. Dilated pupils, rapid onset, likely narcotics and toxins. She ordered blood tests and activated charcoal, starting IV fluids. Keanu paced, calling the John Wick director, Ava. Max is critical. Reschedule the shoot. Ava's concern outweighed frustration. Take care of him, document everything. Keanu arranged for Leo to join him, his mind racing. Dr. Grant returned, her face grave. Narcotics and rat poison. We caught it early, but he's not out of the woods. Keanu's jaw clenched. Caleb's cruelty was deliberate and justice was now personal. As Max stabilized, Keanu's anger crystallized into purpose. He entrusted Max to Dr. Grant and Leo, covering all costs. I'm settling something, he told Leo, his voice low. Where are you going? Leo asked. To find the bastard. Who did this? Keanu strode toward Steel Haven, the bar's shadow looming in his mind. John Wick's resolve fueled him, but this was real, Max's life, Harborview's safety. He recalled Caleb's insignia, the bar's tension, direct confrontation, risked escalation, but doing nothing wasn't an option. Keanu's phone buzzed. Sheriff Marcus Tate, a friend from a prior film consult. Marcus, I need you at Steel Haven, Keanu said, outlining the attack. Tate's voice was calm. Stay put. We're coming. Keanu waited across from the bar, his instincts sharp, ready to end this. Keanu observed Steel Haven from a distance, bikers milling outside, their tiger claw vests a stark reminder. Tara, the waitress from earlier, was gone, replaced by a nervous employee, Ethan. Keanu approached. Rough crowd? Ethan nodded, wary. Months of this. Tara's in the hospital. Those bikers attacked her. Keanu's stomach twisted. How long? Ethan sighed. Too long. I'm quitting, but the boss knows my address. The bar's windows revealed chaos. Bikers harassing patrons, staff cowering. Keanu's plan solidified. No vigilante moves, but Tate's intervention. He texted Tate updates, his actor's eye noting details, the leader's mohawk, Caleb's swagger. Sirens wailed and police swarmed, Tate leading. Keanu stepped back, sunglasses on, his role done. Justice was coming, and Max's fight wasn't. In vain. Sheriff Tate's team stormed Steel Haven, their silent approach catching the bikers off guard. Tables overturned, patrons were corralled, and officers searched methodically. Keanu watched, hearing snippets. Narcotics in the storage, enough for distribution. Caleb and his crew were cuffed, their bravado crumbling. Tate approached. Keanu, voice low. We've got them. Drugs, animal cruelty, assault. Your tip was gold. Keanu nodded, relief mixing with anger. As Caleb was led out, their eyes met. You, Caleb snarled. Keanu's voice was ice. You don't mess with a man's dog. Actions have consequences. Caleb spat, but officers silenced him. Keanu turned back to the clinic, Max's recovery his focus, the bar's darkness fading behind him. At the clinic, Dr. Grant greeted Keanu with a tired smile. Max is stabilizing. The antidotes are working. Keanu knelt by Max, the dog's, weak tail wag bringing tears. You're tough, buddy. Grant outlined the plan. 24-hour observation, medications, a special diet. Keanu nodded, committing to every detail. The TV blared news of Steel Haven's arrests, citing animal cruelty and narcotics. Keanu's involvement stayed quiet per Tate's discretion. Leo arrived, shaken. You got them? Keanu nodded. For Max. He called Lena Walsh, updating her. Max comes first, she agreed, rescheduling shoots. Keanu felt a bond with Max forged in crisis that would deepen their John Wick scenes. Harborview was safer, and Keanu's fight was far from over. Tara, recovering from her attack, formed a community group to fight Harborview's gang influence. Keanu met her at a rally, her fire inspiring. You helped us, she said. Max's story woke people up. Keanu shook his head. You're the hero. Tara's group pushed for security reforms, their protests drawing media. Keanu spoke, his voice steady. No one should fear their neighborhood. The crowd cheered, Harborview's spirit rising. Tara's data on gang incidents shaped Tate's crackdowns, and Steel Haven closed, its owner investigated. Keanu saw John Wick's justice in Tara's fight, her resilience a mirror to his own. Max's recovery fueled their cause, a symbol of hope in Harborview's streets. Jace, a young biker caught in the raid, sought redemption. Arrested but cooperative, he shared intel on Caleb's crew. Keanu met him through Tate, seeing a kid trapped by circumstance. "I didn't know about the dog," Jace said, eyes down. Keanu nodded. "Make it right," Jace testified, his courage breaking the gang's grip. Released on probation, he joined Tara's group, mentoring youth. Keanu visited, offering support. "You're not your past," he said, echoing John Wick's redemption. Jace's turnaround inspired Harborview, his story a ripple from Max's fight. Keanu saw Max in Jace, a chance to rise above pain, to rebuild. The district was changing, one heart at a time. Back on the John Wick set, the crew rallied around Max. Lena Walsh adjusted schedules, prioritizing his recovery. "He's family," she said. Keanu shared the story, his voice raw. "Max didn't deserve this, but he's a fighter." The crew donated to animal shelters, their bond tightening. Ava Ruiz tweaked scenes, amplifying Max's role. "He's earned it," she told Keanu. Filming resumed, Keanu's scenes with Max electric, their real-life trust shining. Harborview's story spread, the set a hub of advocacy. Keanu felt John Wick's spirit. Justice wasn't just fiction. Max's presence, tail-wagging, reminded them all. Loyalty endures and courage reshapes worlds. Months later, Harborview transformed. Tara's group secured funding for community patrols, Steel Haven's lot now a park. Jace mentored kids, his tiger claw vest gone. Keanu spoke at a Harborview gala, Max by his side, fully recovered. This district fought back for Max, for all of us. Cheers erupted, Tate clapping. News outlets hailed Harborview's rebirth, Keanu's role subtle but pivotal. He launched an animal welfare fund, Max its mascot. John Wick rapped, its themes echoing Harborview's triumph. Keanu walked Max through the park, the district's pulse calmer, its people united. The fight wasn't over, but Harborview was home and Max was its heart. Keanu's story went global, his fund inspiring animal welfare laws. He spoke at conferences, Max's tale a rallying cry. "One act of cruelty sparked change," he told crowds, John Wick's grit in his voice. Tara's group partnered with national advocates, Jace a speaker. Harborview became a model, its park a pilgrimage site. Keanu's John Wick scenes, infused with Max's bond, broke box office records. Fans citing their authenticity. Letters flooded Keanu's inbox. Nurses, bikers, kids inspired by Max. He read each, humbled. John Wick wasn't just a role, it was Keanu's truth, Max, his partner. The world watched, and Harborview's light spread. A year later, Keanu walked Max through Harborview's park, the district vibrant. Tara led city council, Jace taught, Tate patrolled. Keanu reflected on John Wick, its pain, its purpose, now real. Max, graying but spry, nuzzled him. "We did good, buddy." His phone buzzed Lena, planning a John Wick sequel. "Max stars," she said. Keanu laughed, scratching Max's ears. Harborview was their legacy, a testament to loyalty. He stood by the park's plaque. "For Max, our heart." What moment hit you hardest? Caleb's cruelty, Keanu's stand, or Harborview's rise? Share below, and if this story moved you, subscribe for more tales of triumph. Your support fuels justice, and I'm grateful you're here. Keanu sat across from Jace in a Harborview diner, the neon glow casting shadows on the young biker's face. Jace, now free on probation, fidgeted, his tiger claw vest replaced by a plain hoodie. "I messed up," he said, voice low. "Didn't know they'd hurt Max." Keanu leaned forward, his John Wick intensity softened by empathy. "You're here now. That's what counts." He'd seen Jace's potential during the raid, a kid caught in Caleb's web. Keanu shared his own struggles. Early, auditions, doubters, finding purpose in John Wick. "You choose your path," he told Jace. "Max fought to live. You can fight to change." Jace nodded, eyes brightening. Keanu offered to connect him with a local mechanic shop, a fresh start. "Why help me?" Jace asked. Keanu smiled, thinking of Max's trust. "Because everyone deserves a shot." Their bond grew. A quiet echo of John Wick's redemption, Harborview's streets a canvas for second chances. Tara stood at Harborview's community center, her voice steady before a packed crowd. "We're done living in fear," she declared, her hospital scars a badge of resolve. After Steelhaven's fall, she'd rallied residents, forming the Harborview Renewal Coalition. Keanu, in the back with Max, watched her outline plans: security, patrols, youth programs, a petition for stricter gang laws. "Max's fight woke us up," Tara said, gesturing to the pit bull, whose tail wagged. The crowd cheered, inspired by her fire. Keanu met her after, Max nuzzling her hand. "You're changing everything," he said. Tara shook her head. "You started it, Keanu. Calling Tate saved us." Her coalition's data on gang activity shaped Sheriff Tate's strategy, and City Council took notice. Tara's vision mirrored John Wick's justice, unyielding, communal. Harborview wasn't just healing, it was thriving, and Tara was its heartbeat. At Harborview Veterinary Clinic, Dr. Elena Grant checked Max's vitals, her smile wide. "He's a miracle," she told Keanu, removing the last IV. Max, once limp from poison, now bounded to Keanu, his bark vibrant. The clinic staff clapped. Their bond with Max forged in crisis. Keanu knelt, scratching Max's ears, memories of that frantic run flooding back. "You're unstoppable, buddy." Grant handed Keanu a regimen, anti-nausea meds, liver protectants, a high-protein diet. "He's cleared for light work," she said, eyeing Keanu's John Wick script. Back at the set, Max's return sparked cheers. Keanu filmed a scene, Max at his side, their trust palpable. Fans on X posted clips, hailing Max as John Wick's true star. Keanu saw Harborview in Max, scarred but stronger, a testament to resilience. The dog's recovery wasn't just physical, it was Harborview's soul reborn. The John Wick set buzzed with purpose. Producer Lena Walsh unveiled a fundraiser for animal shelters, inspired by Max's ordeal. "He's one of us," she told. The crew, her usual pragmatism softened. Keanu spoke, his voice raw. "Max faced cruelty, but he fought back. Let's fight for others." The crew donated gear, time, and funds, their trailers plastered with "For Max" stickers. Director Ava Ruiz adjusted scenes, giving Max a heroic moment, a slow-motion run beside Keanu, John Wick's heart laid bare. X-posts praised the crew's pivot, with Nadka Max the hero trending. Keanu met with shelter reps, Max charming volunteers. The fundraiser hit 6 figures, shelters nationwide benefiting. Keanu saw John Wick's ethos, loyalty, defiance in the crew's unity. Harborview's fight had sparked a movement, and Max was its spark. Harborview's streets felt lighter, the air less heavy. Steelhaven's lot was now Unity Park, its swings filled with kids. Tara's coalition secured city grants, installing cameras and hiring guards. Keanu walked Max through the park, locals waving. "Thanks for Max." A teen shouted. Keanu smiled, Max's leash loose in his hand. Sheriff Tate joined them, his badge glinting. "Crime's down 30%, he said, crediting Tara's data and Keanu's tip. Caleb's gang faced trials, their empire dust. Jace, now a mechanic apprentice, fixed a kid's bike nearby, his grin genuine. Keanu saw John Wick's shadow. Justice wasn't just personal, it rebuilt communities. X-posts celebrated Harborview's rebirth, photos of Unity Park viral. Keanu felt home in Harborview, Max's tale a metronome of hope, the district's pulse steady. In his hotel room, Keanu sat by the window, Harborview's skyline aglow. Max slept on the rug, his snores a comfort. Keanu sipped coffee, John Wick's script open. The role had always been personal, loss, loyalty, vengeance, but Max's fight made it real. He'd faced Caleb not as John Wick, but as Keanu, a man protecting his friend. Fame's weight, once a burden, felt lighter. Harborview saw him, not the star. He scribbled notes for a speech, his animal welfare fund launching soon. Max stirred, eyes meeting Keanu's, a silent pact. "We changed things, didn't we?" Keanu murmured. The script's lines blurred with life. "You don't mess with a man's dog." Harborview was proof. One stand could shift a city, one bond could rewrite a story. Tara announced her city council run at Unity Park, Max and Keanu in the crowd. "Harborview's ours," she said, her voice carrying over cheers. Her platform, safety, youth programs, transparency, drew record support. Keanu clapped, Max barking, as Tara outlined her vision. A city where no one feared bars like Steel Haven. She credited Keanu's call to Tate, his stand for Max. "He showed us courage," she said. Keanu shook his head, whispering to Max, "She's the fighter." Tara's campaign gained traction, ex-posts amplifying her message. Her coalition trained volunteers, Jace leading youth outreach. Keanu donated quietly, his fund supporting her safety plans. John Wick's justice lived in Tara's run. Harborview's future hers to shape, Max its mascot. Jace stood before a youth group at Harborview's rec center, his voice steady. "I was you, lost, angry," he said, sharing his biker days. Max's fight Keanu's trust showed me another way. Kids listened, rapt as he taught bike repair, his hands deft. Keanu watched, proud. Jace's probation officer nodded, noting his progress. "You're making a difference," Keanu told him. After Max nudging Jace's leg, Jace grinned. "Learned from you, stand up, don't back down." His mentorship program grew, funded by Tara's grants. Ex-posts hailed Jace's turnaround, photos of smiling kids viral. Keanu saw John Wick's redemption in Jace. A past didn't define you, actions did. Harborview's youth had a guide, and Jace had a purpose, Max's legacy in every lesson. John Wick's latest chapter hit theaters, Max's scenes stealing hearts. Fans flooded X praising the dog's intensity, Keanu's rawness. "Max is John Wick," one post read, retweeted thousands. Keanu watched a screening, Max on a pet bed beside him, the audience cheering. The film's themes, loyalty, justice, echoed Harborview's fight, its box office soaring. Keanu's interviews tied Max's story to the plot, his fund gaining donors. "He's my partner," Keanu told Variety, Max's photo viral. The crew's advocacy amplified, shelters reporting adoption spikes. Keanu saw Harborview in every frame, Max's bond fueling John Wick's soul. The film wasn't just entertainment. It was a call to stand, to fight, to love fiercely, just as Harborview had. Keanu's Animal Welfare Fund, for Max, went global, supporting shelters in London, Tokyo, Sydney. He spoke at a UN conference, Max's story, a rallying cry. "One act of cruelty sparked change," he said, John Wick's grit in his voice. Delegates clapped, policies shifting. Tara's coalition partnered with NGOs, Jace, a youth speaker. Harborview's model, community action, justice, spread. Unity Park, a pilgrimage site. Ex-posts shared Max's face, Mabin for Max Global. Keanu read, letters, vets, kids, activists, moved by Max. John Wick's authenticity, forged in Harborview, broke records, fans citing its heart. Keanu and Max walked Unity Park, the world watching. One dog, one stand, had reshaped lives. Harborview's light a beacon. Keanu stood at Unity Park's dedication, a plaque reading, "For Max our heart." Locals clapped, Max wagging beside him. "Harborview taught me," Keanu said, voice steady. "Loyalty isn't just a script, it's us." Tara, now a councilwoman, hugged him, Jace beaming nearby. Sheriff Tate saluted, crime rates at historic lows. Ex-posts captured the moment, Max's image iconic. Keanu's fund saved thousands of animals, his John Wick role now a symbol of real-world change. He walked Max home, Harborview's streets, alive. John Wick was fiction, but its soul, protecting what matters, was Keanu's truth. Max's fight, Harborview's rise, proved it. One voice, one bond, could shift the world. Tara's council seat brought swift change. She passed ordinances for community patrols, gang crackdowns and youth centers. Harborview's streets, once tense, buzzed with markets, kids playing. Keanu visited her office, Max sprawled on a rug. "You're unstoppable," he said, admiring. "Her charts of crime drops." Tara laughed. "Max started it. Her coalition trained other cities. Harborview a blueprint. Ex-posts praised her. Tara for Change trending. Keanu's fund backed her youth programs, Jace leading workshops. John Wick's. Defiance lived in Tara's laws, each reform a brick in Harborview's new foundation. Max's legacy wasn't just survival. It was a city reborn, its people fearless, its future bright. Jace's youth program grew, his rec center a hub. He taught mechanics, life skills, his past a lesson. "I chose wrong once," he told teens, fixing a bike. "You don't have to." Keanu dropped by, Max drawing laughs from kids. "You're their hero," Keanu said. Jace shrugged. "Just paying it forward." His program, funded by Tara's grants, reached hundreds, crime among youth plummeting. Ex-posts showed Jace with students, their smiles proof of change. Keanu saw John Wick's redemption in Jace's work. Every kid saved was a victory. Harborview's streets, once Caleb's domain, were now Jace's classroom. Max's spirit in every lesson, every rebuilt bike, every new start. Max, fully recovered, returned to the John Wick set, his energy infectious. Keanu filmed a chase scene, Max sprinting. Beside him, their bond electric. Ava Ruiz called cut, her grin wide. "He's the star." The crew cheered, Max basking in treats. Ex-posts of behind-the-scenes clips went viral, fans chanting, "Mao Max the hero." Keanu reflected on their journey. Poison, fear, triumph. Max's trust had deepened John Wick's soul. Their scenes raw, real. Lena Walsh planned a Max-centric featurette, donations pouring in. Keanu knelt, Max's nose against his. "We did it, buddy." Harborview's fight lived in Max's run. Every bark a reminder, resilience wins, love endures, justice prevails. Unity Park hosted Harborview's first arts festival, murals of Max dotting walls. Tara emceed, Jace's kids performing. Keanu spoke, Max at his side. "This is our home," he said, voice thick. Locals clapped, their pride palpable. The festival drew thousands. Ex-posts showcasing Harborview's vibrancy. Tara's reforms funded cultural grants, theaters and galleries sprouting. Keanu's fund sponsored pet adoptions, Max charming families. John Wick's grit inspired Harborview's art, murals, plays, songs of defiance. Keanu walked the festival, Max's leash light. Harborview wasn't just safe. It was alive. Its culture a tapestry of courage. Max's story woven into every thread, every note, every brushstroke. Keanu's For Max Fund launched a global campaign, billboards of Max in Tokyo, London, Mumbai. He testified before Congress, urging animal cruelty laws. "Max survived," he said, voice firm. "Others won't without us." Lawmakers nodded. Bills drafted. Ex-posts amplified his words, WAC for Max trending. Tara's coalition joined, sharing Harborview's model. Jace spoke at schools, his story resonating. Keanu's John Wick fame amplified the cause, fans donating millions. He visited shelters, Max charming staff. John Wick's justice wasn't fiction, it was Keanu's mission. Max's fight a spark for laws, shelters, hope. Harborview's lesson, stand up, fight back, echoed worldwide, one paw print at a time. John Wick's sequel broke records, Max's scenes iconic. Fans packed theaters, ex-posts hailing Keanu's depth, Max's heart. Keanu hosted a premiere in Harborview, Tara and Jace in the crowd. "This is for you," he said, Max barking. The film's themes, loyalty, vengeance, love, mirrored Harborview's arc. Critics praised its authenticity, Variety citing Max's story. Keanu's fund grew, shelters thriving. He walked Max through Unity Park, fans snapping photos. John Wick wasn't just a film. It was Harborview's truth, Max's fight, its pulse. Keanu saw his legacy, not fame but impact. A dog's love reshaping a city, a world. Tara's coalition went international, training cities from Detroit to Delhi. She keynoted at a UN summit. Max's story, her opener. "One dog, one community changed us," she said. Slides showing Unity Park. Delegates applauded, adopting her model. Ex-posts shared her speech, Hontus Tara for Change Global. Keanu joined via video, Max wagging. "Tara's our John Wick," he said, grinning. Her reforms cut crime, empowered youth, Harborview a beacon. Jace's program scaled, his story inspiring. Keanu's fund backed Tara's work, Max's face on banners. John Wick's defiance lived in her fight. Harborview's light guiding cities. Tara's voice a call to rise, to rebuild, to endure. Jace opened his own shop, Harborview cycles, bikes gleaming under neon. Teens apprenticed, their laughter filling the space. Keanu visited, Max sprawled nearby. "You built this," Keanu said, admiring a restored chopper. Jace grinned. "You showed me how." His program reached thousands, ex-posts of his shop viral. Tara's grants funded expansion, Jace mentoring nationwide. He spoke at a TEDx, Max's story, his hook. "Redemption's a choice," he said. Eyes on Keanu. John Wick's arc fall rise fight lived in Jace's shop, his kids, his life. Harborview's streets, once dark, shone with Jace's light, Max's legacy in every revving engine, every new start. Max became a global icon, his image on t-shirts, murals, memes. Ex-posts dubbed him John Wick's soul, fans tattooing his face. Keanu launched a Max plushie, proceeds to shelters. At a Harborview rally, kids waved Max flags, Tara emceeing. "He's our hero," she said, Max barking. Keanu chuckled, scratching Max's ears. "You're stealing my spotlight." The dog story inspired laws, adoptions, hope. John Wick's heart, loyalty, defiance, was Max's, his fight reshaping Harborview, the world. Keanu walked him through Unity. Park, fans cheering. Max wasn't just a dog, he was a symbol, a spark, a reminder. Love fights, love wins. Keanu sat in his trailer, John Wick's script worn. Max slept, his snores a rhythm. Keanu traced the script's lines, "You don't mess with a man's dog." Harborview had tested him, not as John Wick, but as Keanu. Caleb's cruelty, Max's pain, Tara's fire, Jace's rise. They'd shown him justice wasn't a role, it was a choice. He dodged fame's traps, but Harborview grounded him, Max his anchor. Keanu wrote a letter to fans, thanking them for supporting for Max. "This is our fight," he typed, Max stirring. John Wick's soul lived in Harborview's streets, its people, its heart. Keanu's legacy wasn't scripts, it was Max, Tara. Jace, a city reborn. Harborview's youth thrived, Jace's program a cornerstone. Teens built bikes, wrote plays, their confidence soaring. Keanu visited a showcase, Max drawing laughs. "You're the future," he told a shy poet, her words echoing John Wick's pain. Tara's reforms funded scholarships, kids eyeing college. Ex-posts of their art went viral, large Harborview youth trending. Keanu's fund backed their dreams, Max's story their spark. Jace mentored, his past a lesson. "You're not your mistakes," he said, echoing Keanu. John Wick's defiance lived in their eyes, Harborview's streets their stage. Max ran with them, his bark a call to rise, to create, to lead. Filming wrapped, John Wick's crew reflecting. Ava Ruiz praised Keanu and Max there bond the film's heart. "You brought truth," she told Keanu, Max nuzzling her. Scenes of Max running, Keanu fighting, felt alive. Harborview's fight in every frame. Ex-posts of set photos trended, fans dissecting Max's glances. Lena Walsh planned a documentary, Max's story, its core. Keanu edited lines, his voiceovers. Raw. "This is for Harborview," he recorded, Max's bark echoing. John Wick wasn't just art. It was life, pain, love, triumph. Keanu saw Max in every shot, Harborview in every cut. Their story immortal, their fight eternal. Tara's council work reshaped Harborview. She launched a tech hub, youth coding Max-inspired apps. "He's our muse," she told Keanu. Max sprawled in her office. Her policies cut poverty, schools thriving. Ex-posts of her speeches trended, and Tara for Change Global. Keanu's fund backed her hub, Jace teaching mechanics. John Wick's grit lived in Tara's plans, each law a stand against fear. She visited Unity Park, kids waving Max flags. "This is ours," she said, Keanu nodding. Harborview wasn't just safe, it was a dream, a future, Max's fight its spark. Tara's vision was John Wick's soul. Build, fight, endure. Jace's shop became a chain, Harborview cycles in 5 cities. He trained teens, his story their guide. Keanu visited the flagship, Max drawing crowds. "You're a legend," Keanu said, Jace laughing. "Just a guy who learned." His TEDx talk hit millions, X-posts amplifying his message. Tara's grant scaled his work, youth crime near zero. Keanu's fund backed his shops, Max's plushies sold inside. John Wick's redemption was Jace's, every bike, every kid. A new start. Harborview's streets shone, Jace's chain a beacon. Max ran beside him, his bark a call, rise, rebuild, redeem. Jace's reach was Harborview's heart, Max's legacy in every gear. Max's spirit defined Harborview. Murals of him graced walls, kids drawing his face. Keanu launched a Max comic, Proceeds to Shelters. X-posts of the art trended, Max the hero global. Tara's coalition used his image, rallies chanting his name. Jace's kids wore Max shirts, their pride fierce. Keanu walked him through Unity Park, fans snapping photos. "You're the star," he told Max, the dog's eyes bright. John Wick's soul, loyalty, fight, was Max's, his story of fire. Harborview wasn't just a place. It was Max, his spirit in every smile, every step, every dream. Keanu saw him everywhere, a dog who'd changed the world. Keanu's fund hit $1 billion in impact, shelters thriving globally. He spoke at a Paris summit, Max's story his anchor. "Cruelty loses when we stand," he said, John Wick's fire in his voice. X-posts shared his speech. Shisha for Max viral. Tara's model scaled. Jace's shops a network. Keanu visited a Harlem. Shelter Max charming kids. John Wick's justice was his mission, protect, fight, love. He wrote a memoir, Max's Stand. Its proceeds for Max. Harborview's lesson, one act, one heart, drove him. Keanu saw Max in every rescued dog, every safe street, his mission clear. Carry Max's fight, John Wick's soul, forever. Unity Park hosted Harborview's anniversary, Max's plaque gleaming. Tara spoke, Jace and Keanu beside her. "We're family," she said, Max barking. Thousands clapped, X-posts capturing the joy. Keanu's fund built a pet clinic, Dr. Grant leading. Jace's kids performed, their art Max inspired. John Wick's heart, loyalty, defiance, beat in Harborview's pulse. Keanu walked Max home, the district alive. Tara's reforms, Jace's shops, Max's spirit, they'd built a home. John Wick wasn't just a film, it was Harborview, its people, its fight. Keanu felt Max's warmth, their bond eternal. Harborview's heart, his forever home. John Wick's sequel won Oscars, Max's scenes iconic. Keanu accepted an award, dedicating it to Harborview. "This is for Max," he said, voice thick. X. Posts trended. Max the hero global. Tara's coalition hosted a screening, Jace's kids cheering. Keanu's fund grew, his memoir a bestseller. John Wick's echo, pain, love, justice, lived in Harborview's streets. Max's fight, its soul. Keanu walked Unity Park, Max beside him, fans waving. The film was their story, their stand, their triumph. John Wick wasn't fiction. It was Max, Tara, Jace, a city reborn, a world changed. Tara became mayor, her inauguration at Unity Park. "Max showed us," she said, Keanu and Jace clapping. Her policies, safety, equity, culture, made Harborview a model. X-posts of her oath trended. Tara for change eternal. Keanu's fund backed her vision, Jace's shops global. John Wick's defiance was Tara's. Every law, every life, a fight won. She visited Max's plaque, Keanu beside her. "We did it," she said. Harborview wasn't just a city, it was Tara's legacy, Max's heart, a beacon of hope. Her stand, like John Wick's, was eternal, her city a light for all. Jace's chain hit 10 cities, his mentorship a movement. He keynoted at a youth summit, Max's story his spark. Choose your fight, he told thousands, Keanu in the crowd. Posts of his speech trended, just Jace rising global, Tara's grants. Scaled his work. Keanu's fund his backbone. John Wick's redemption was Jace's, every shop, every kid, a new dawn. He visited Harborview, Max running beside him. You taught me, he told Keanu. Harborview's streets, once dark, were Jace's horizon, Max's legacy in every bike, every smile. Jace's fight wasn't over. It was just beginning, John Wick's soul his guide. Max, graying but spry, became Harborview's eternal symbol. Statues of him rose, posts of unveilings viral. Keanu launched a Max film, its proceeds to 4 Max. Tara's City hosted premieres, Jace's kids starring. John Wick's heart, loyalty, fight, was Max's, his story aflame. Keanu walked him through Unity Park, fans chanting. You're forever, he told Max, the dog's eyes bright. Harborview wasn't just a place, it was Max, his spirit in every bark, every dream. John Wick's soul lived in Max's run, his fight eternal, his love a light that never faded. Keanu stood at a global summit, Max beside him. Harborview taught. Me, he said, voice steady. Love fights, love wins. Posts of his speech trended, for Max eternal. Tara's City thrived, Jace's shops a network. Keanu's fund saved millions of animals, his memoir inspiring laws. John Wick wasn't a role. It was Keanu's life. Max, Tara, Jace, a city reborn. He walked Unity Park, Max's leashlight. Harborview was his forever, its fight his soul. John Wick's truth, stand, protect, love, was Keanu's. Max's bark a call to rise, to endure, to change the world. Harborview became a global model, its story taught in schools. Tara's laws, Jace's shops, Max's spirit defined it. Keanu visited Unity Park, a museum now honoring Max. This is us, he told Tara, Jace nodding. Posts of the museum trended. Dr. Harborview forever global. Keanu's fund built clinics, his memoir a classic. John Wick's soul, defiance, love, was Harborview's, Max's fight, its heart. The city wasn't just safe, it was eternal, its people, a family. Keanu walked Max home, the district's pulse his rhythm, its story a light for all time. Tara won a global peace prize, her work saving cities. She dedicated it to Max, Keanu and Jace at Unity Park. You showed me, she said, Max barking. Posts of her speech trended, Tara for change immortal. Keanu's fund backed her global work, Jace's shops a beacon. John Wick's defiance was Tara's, every city, every life a triumph. She hugged Keanu, Max nuzzling. We're family, she said. Harborview wasn't just a city, it was Tara's triumph, Max's heart, a legacy of love. Her fight, like John Wick's, was eternal, her light a guide for all. Jace's chain hit 50 cities, his mentorship a global force. He wrote a book, Max's Lesson, Keanu penning the foreword. Posts of his signings trended, Jace rising eternal. Tara's model backed his work, Keanu's fund his spark. John Wick's redemption was Jace's, every kid, every shop a light. He visited Harborview, Max beside him. You're my hero, he told Keanu. Harborview's streets shone, Jace's light its soul. Max's legacy wasn't just a story, it was Jace, his fight, his heart. John Wick's soul lived in Jace's rise, his work a beacon for all time. Max's statues stood in 100 cities, his story a myth. Keanu launched a Max Foundation, its clinics global. Posts of Max's face trended, Dar Max the hero eternal. Tara's City hosted festivals, Jace's kids leading. John Wick's heart, loyalty, fight was Max's, his spirit aflame. Keanu walked him through Unity Park, fans chanting. You're forever, he said, Max's eyes bright. Harborview wasn't just a place, it was Max, his bark a call to rise. John Wick's soul lived in Max's run, his fight eternal, his love a light that burned forever. Keanu stood at Unity Park, Max gray but strong. Harborview's my home, he told a crowd, voice thick. X posts of his words trended. For Max immortal. Tara's city shone. Jace's shops a network. Keanu's fund saved billions. His memoir a guide. John Wick wasn't a film, it was Keanu's truth. Max, Tara, Jace, a world reborn. He walked Max home, the district's pulse, his heart. John Wick's soul, stand, love, fight, was Keanu's. Max's bark his call. Harborview was his truth, its fight his forever, its light his home. Harborview's museum grew, Max's story its core. Tara's laws, Jace's shops, Keanu's fund defined it. X posts of its halls trended, Reeves Harborview forever eternal. Keanu visited, Max beside him. This is us, he told Tara, Jace smiling. John Wick's soul, defiance, love, was Harborview's. Max's fight its spark. The city wasn't just a place, it was a soul, its people aflame. Keanu walked Max through Unity Park, the district's heart his rhythm. Harborview's soul was Max's, its fight eternal, its light a beacon for all. Time Keanu stood at Max's statue, Harborview alive. You changed everything, he told Max, the dog's eyes bright. Tara ruled, Jace rose, the city soared. X posts of Max trended, Max the hero forever. Keanu's fund, Tara's laws, Jace's shops, they were John Wick's soul, Max's fight, their heart. What hit you? Keanu asked listeners. Caleb's cruelty, Max's stand, Harborview's rise. Share below, subscribe for more tales of triumph. Your voice fuels justice, and I'm grateful you're here. Harborview wasn't just a city. It was Max, Keanu, us, a fight, a love, a light eternal.